Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jazzy, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for tuning in for today's video. In this video, I want to share with you guys how I customize my lace frontal units. Now, the unit I'm currently wearing was a pre-plucked unit, but I went ahead and shared with you guys how I go ahead and make it look even more natural in this video. So if you're interested in learning how to customize your lace frontal unit, make sure you guys stay tuned for the video. Before I go ahead and jump right in, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there. It would really warm my heart to have one more subscriber, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you won't miss out on any of my content. Alright, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Before I go ahead and jump right into the tutorial, I did want to share with you guys a few specs about this wig. Now, this unit was sent to me from modernshowhair.com, and I will leave all of their information down in the description box. This way, if you guys are interested in checking them out and purchasing this unit specifically, you'll know where I got it from. They went ahead and sent me their 150% density Indian straight unit. This is a 13x6 pre-plucked lace frontal in the shade natural brown. Even though it looks jet black, it is natural brown. I love it so much, you guys. Now, this is in a 22 inch, but the longest length that they have is 24 inches. Now, that is the only complaint I have. I wish they did have it in longer lengths because this hair is amazing. It is great quality. I've washed this unit like 2 or 3 times now since I went ahead and customized the frontal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in and share with you guys how I customize my lace frontal units. You'll need a water spray bottle, a rat tail comb, tweezers, and a hair clip. To begin, you'll need to spray the hairline. Make sure you use enough water as you want the hair to be saturated but not wet. I use the rat tail comb to help distribute the water. Once all the hair has been combed back, I then like to go ahead and start tweezing. This was a pre-plucked unit, as you can see, but I want to go ahead and customize it even more so it looks natural. The first round of tweezing is generally to pluck the density from the hairline so it doesn't look as thick and unrealistic. Starting from the right side of the lace, I gradually move my way to the left side, randomly plucking as I go. Once I get to the end of the left side of the lace, I then like to take my rat tail comb and make a part 1 inch from the hairline. Clip the rest of the hair up so you can work neatly. From the closest side of the lace to the left, I gradually move my way up, plucking the density away from the hairline, closest to the part where you made your part. Once you feel like you've plucked enough on the back side, you want to move to the front side, making sure you pluck the hair on the front closest to your face. The main objective is to remove as much density as possible so it looks realistic. Once you feel you've done that, you can go ahead and comb through that section to remove the plucked hair. Moving closer to the right of the lace, I focus on the middle section right above the forehead. This is where the baby hairs are going to go, so you don't want it to be too full in density. Flip the hair over and do the same thing on the front side, combing the hair as you go so you don't over pluck. The last section is closest towards the right side of the lace. Make another part about 1 inch, clip the remaining hair up and start plucking. Once you're done with that section, make another small part and continue to pluck, removing as much density as possible. The main goal is to see more lace than hair.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
As you can see, the roots are still dark, meaning there's still more hair that needs to be plucked. I like holding the hair away from me so I can actually see what the thickness looks like as I'm plucking. Moving back and forth from top to bottom in this section, randomly plucking and combing as I go. When you're satisfied, move on to the middle section, making another small part to begin with. This section typically doesn't have a lot of density around the temples, so you want to remove more hair to make it look natural. You continue to make small parts from the right side of the lace all the way to the left, removing hair as you go.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
For the second round of tweezing, what I like to do is focus on making the hairline look as natural to my hairline as possible. So you'll see me plucking the hair where I know my baby hairs will go. The further back I make my parts, I make sure I pluck less and less hair, as I don't want the lace to look like it's balding.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
I like to comb the hair back after each section in my second round of tweezing to make sure the hairline looks natural, realistic, but not too full. When I feel like the hair has dried, I like to go back in with the spray bottle and spray the hair with water. You continue to make small parts from the right side of the lace all the way to the left side, removing hair as you go. It's important to remember what you do on one side, you must repeat on the other so it's symmetrical and it looks natural. I repeat the same steps on the left side, removing more density. Before I move on, I like to make sure I spray the unit all across so I can see my progress as I go. When you comb the hair back, you're able to see how much hair you still have to remove, as you don't want to see a thick line of hair where you haven't done as much tweezing. The last round of tweezing, I like to focus on removing more density in the middle of the lace frontal so the hair doesn't have that harsh line of density. Starting from the right, I work in sections all the way until I get to the left, removing hair randomly as I go. The further away from the hairline you get, you don't want to over pluck, but you do want it to look as natural as possible. I know it doesn't seem like I'm removing a lot of hair, but just wait until you guys see how much density was actually removed from this lace frontal. Continue to spray the hair with water and pluck as you go to remove as much hair as possible. Once you feel like you've plucked enough, it's always a great idea to check to see the progress. So I like to comb the hair back and see what the hairline looks like from the front. At this point, the hairline has been moved back a bit and the hair looks super natural. Looking at the hairline, it doesn't look super thick. It looks like it gradually gets thicker from the front to the back, which is what you want. You don't want it to look like it's super duper full. Now that I'm done plucking the hairline, this is how much hair was removed from the unit. It didn't look like much was removed as I was plucking, but as you guys can see from this ball of hair, I removed quite a bit of density. Moving on to the next step, which is creating baby hairs, I like to focus on the temples where I originally plucked more hair from. I make a part and I'm going in even more, removing more density from this area as baby hairs are typically not full. Once the baby hairs have been created, you want to move the hairline back a bit further so the baby hairs look even more realistic. Still working in sections, I make sure the left side looks good before I move to the middle. I make a part straight across from the hairline and I go ahead and start tweezing some of that density away. I follow up using this tool to cut the hair shorter. I do the same thing for the left side temple. I start off by removing the hair. And then I cut it with this pink twinkle and start removing more hair around the hairline. Now that we have a clear visual of what our baby hairs will look like, I like to go ahead and start tweezing them even more, as your baby hairs aren't typically full but more sparse. To lay my baby hairs down, I first like to go in and spray the hair with water, making sure I comb the hair back, but not the baby hairs. To lay my baby hairs down in place, I'll be using this extreme clear gel and a toothbrush. Now everyone does their baby hairs differently, so I'm just laying them down how I like to. Once you've laid your baby hairs down, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go ahead and style the hair down the middle and wait for the gel to dry to install this unit. So as you guys just seen, it was really easy and repetitive. All you do is pluck as much hair as possible, trying to remove some of that density without actually making the lace frontal look bald. And as you guys can see, I'm really happy with my results. It looks super natural and super good. And obviously I went ahead and finessed my baby hairs to my liking. Alright, so that pretty much concludes this video. As you guys seen, it was pretty repetitive. I just continued to pluck all around the frontal from start to finish, left to right. It was pretty repetitive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.